Hi, this is Eric. I'm here with my lovable dog Simba, who's trying to find treats. Hey Simba! Hi! Yo! Yo! My dog's spoiled. So, I was just wanting to do a thank you video for Bela Lugosi Jr. and for Lynne Lugosi Sparks. I know I don't have to do this video, but I really think that I should. I really should. So, the Universal Monsters were a huge part of my childhood. It was my earliest introduction to the horror genre, which, I mean, for a kid, it's a pretty good introduction to the horror genre. It would be better to introduce your kids to the Universal Monsters to the horror genre than the Human Centipede. Yeah, so I remember this was the first one that I got as a kid over at Costco. I remember I saw this DVD and I got excited. I wanted to watch it because, you know, it's Frankenstein, it's a classic. And I just wanted to know where this whole icon started from. Because at every single like store during Halloween time, like these two are like some of the biggest Halloween icons. And I just wanted to know the origin. So I thought, hey, if I watch the original movies, it would be a good, it would be a good starting point for that. And I absolutely fell in love with the Universal Monsters as a kid. I was a huge fan as a kid. I was such a big fan that I remember I dressed up as the Frankenstein monster for Halloween. I was a little bit disappointed because I was expecting to scare all the kids in the neighborhood being dressed up as the Frankenstein monster. But I'm guessing with just the headpiece that I had, I didn't look scary. People laughed. So I was so disappointed about that. But hey, when you're young, you're ambitious, I guess. You're ambitious like that. But yeah. The ones I remember watching the most as a kid was Dracula, Frankenstein, and the Wolfman. Now, I did watch the others as a kid, but those were the big three when I was a kid. And, of course, the things from your childhood definitely, absolutely can carry on throughout your entire life. And then, after watching these as a kid and during my teenhood, I got into the other horror movies like slashers and all that. But it all started as a kid with me in these movies and the rest of the Universal monster movies. When I was a kid, Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, and Lon Chaney Jr., they were my childhood heroes. I mean, of course, you can have more than one hero in your life, like Bela Lugosi, Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney Jr. And I've had other hero figures throughout my life, such as my grandpa, who's sadly no longer with us. And some other figures in my life who have been heroes. But sometimes your heroes as a kid remain only your heroes when you were a kid, and they don't in your and they don't in your teenhood or your adulthood. But for me, Bela, Boris, Lon Chaney Jr., they even remain my heroes to this very day. for pretty good reasons. As I stated in my letter to Bela Jr. and Lynne, I'm an aspiring filmmaker, and getting into the film business is not easy. It's really not. It's rather difficult. I mean, it's even difficult even getting a movie made. Don't mind the noise outside. It's just my neighbors. Just please bear with me on all this. And there were people who told me that, oh, you're not good enough for all that, and I've tried making a movie multiple times throughout my entire life, and at one point I was frustrated that I wasn't getting anywhere, so at one point I gave up on it. Then I realized I should not have given up on it, because excuse me, when I would go do karaoke with my friends, I hate to sound arrogant, but I owned that stage. I say that because everybody would be paying attention to me. People would be grabbing out, recording their phones, and people would flood me like with compliments saying I belong in show business. That made me realize, hey, entertaining people for me comes naturally. And I clearly have talent based off of the evidence, and I shouldn't have that go to waste. What really took a toll on my mental health was wishing I wouldn't have gave up on filmmaking, wishing that I would have gone into it sooner. I finally got to make a movie when I was 28. I mean, better late than never, right? But man, it took a toll on my mental health. Like saying, oh man, I'm starting off late. This must mean I'm not good enough. It really took a toll on my mental health. But what made me finally realize that, hey, it's not too late, was realizing that Boris Karloff didn't get his big break till he was 44. And Bela Lugosi didn't get his big break till he was 49, I believe, when he got cast as Dracula for the Universal movie. And Lon Chaney Jr. got his big break when he was 35, not much older than me now as of recording this video. All that got me to realize, hey, I shouldn't be too hard on myself. It's not too late. As long as you're still alive, you still have that shot. And also what I find very inspirational about Bela is that Universal didn't want him at first for the role of Dracula for the Universal movie. Bela fought for it. He fought tooth and nail. He wanted it and he didn't give up. And clearly it paid off. So not only has Bela Lugosi shown me that, hey, it's not too late, but dreams are worth fighting for. They absolutely are. And that's why that I greatly appreciate Bela Jr. and Lynne signing this Dracula poster for me. I just ordered a frame for it. I'm gonna hang this up. I'm gonna keep this poster for the rest of my life. I'll cherish it throughout my entire life. I got Sarah Karloff to send me a signed Frankenstein poster, and even Ron Chaney sent me a signed Wolfman poster. So yeah. This is one of the most meaningful things that I have in my collection, because having this and the other signed posters is a reflection to me. Hey, don't give up. It's not too late. Dreams are worth fighting for. I made 2 movies now, currently making my 3rd. It's funny, Boris and Bela are founding members of the Screen Actors Guild. And on Valentine's Day of this year, I got a shot with the Screen Actors Guild. So I hope that my story can be inspirational to someone else, just like how theirs were to me. Me and Lynne are negotiating about having her and hopefully her father on for an interview, just like what I did with Sarah Karloff. But yeah, Bela Jr. and Lynne, I really can't thank you enough for this poster. I really don't want to make this video too long, but it's just, I had a lot to say. A lot to say, and you know, if you're gonna say anything, it really should be from your heart. Because if it's not from your heart, then what's the point? You know? Looking forward to having that interview. Thank you so much for the signed poster. It really, really means a lot to me. Bela Jr. is a very lucky man to have him as his dad. And I'm not saying that just because he was famous, but for who he was as a person. And Lynne is also a very lucky person to have Bela Jr. as her dad, and the fact that she's related to somebody who I think is a very inspirational person. I mean, him chasing after what he wanted was so worth it. He changed the whole lore of vampires forever. So it's worth it. It is worth it to go after what it is that you want. I really don't want to make this video too long. I'm sorry, but I'm going to end this video now. Thank you so much, Bela Jr. and Lynne. It really, truly means a lot. Thank you all for watching. Take care. Bye-bye now.